So this is, I just bought it, and he took it to the lake and the overheat alarm started going off, and I don't even know where to start on this one, to tell you the truth. I guess go with it, it wouldn't shift. It's been messed with so much. All these adjustments are off, every one of them, and I'll get into the control box, which got a problem also. But we were doing a diagnostic on it, so the first thing we do is, of course, a compression test. Well, the compression came back and it failed, and the head gasket is definitely blown, and it was on the bottom cylinder. We had 50 pounds of difference between the top and the bottom. It was 85 on the bottom and 140 on the top, and that was the head gasket. We said we pop the head and look inside and see where this project was going. I don't know if you can see the scoring on the cylinder right there, but it's pretty well got some scoring. The upper one looks fine, but the bottom one's got some scoring. It's gotten so hot when he was running it, it melted the poppet valve. I'm not sure if that was before or after he took it, but parts on the engine were melted. It got so hot it was melting the wiring on the electronics. Wasn't firing, and we're not quite sure if the engine got so hot it started melting some of the electronics. So it wasn't firing, it was getting hot. It doesn't have any compression. It's probably got some carburetor problems. It's got some control box problems. Someone's been fabricating parts because they didn't have the right parts for the linkage. So someone's been really playing with this motor, trying to make it run. Gotta love this. Those are the spark plugs that were pulled out of it. They're brand new. And I always laugh when you find Autolite spark plugs in a boat. That should just be a real quick hint that they're not the right spark plugs. But if you look at the depth of the threads on the head and you look at the depth of the spark plugs, I'm really surprised there was enough clearance to not have those spark plugs hitting the top of the piston, because that's would probably stick out 3/4 of an inch inside the cylinder with that length of plug. So it's not only the wrong brand, it's not the correct crossover, and not the right length, and someone just put them in, I'm pretty sure, because it looks like they were just changed. So who puts Autolite spark plugs in a boat? Control box, I was telling about that. So there's your shift right there to detent. So that would be shift. And he said he has a shifting problem also. I think we might have had that under control. But so now it should just be at idle in forward, but if you move the shifter, that's as far as it moves. That's as far as it moves. So there's something going on inside the control box, and we're saying all the linkage is off. But with that shifter all the way in forward, as far as it could go, the throttle should be open, and it hadn't even moved. So really, I'm questioning the viability of moving forward with this project, seeing it's not going to last long because the scoring in the cylinder wall. So something's going on with this piston. It got hot, and we're not even talking about the lower unit because it wasn't pumping water. So when the lower unit got hot, we probably did some damage to the seals and the water pump housing. So I think this project is probably over with, especially since we have no known history, and I just bought it.